It wasn't the fastest and a small boat didn't win it, but this year's Round the Island race was one to remember. Aside from the annual spectacle of over 1,100 boats and an unusually agreeable first start time of 8 o'clock in the morning, the conditions throughout the day delivered everything, from light to punchy, along with a downward sleigh ride for many around the back of the island. Before a single result had been logged, it was clear 2022 was destined to be a classic. First to finish was Julian Linton's multi-hull NRB. In the monohulls, it was Ian Atkins' GP42 Dark and Stormy that took the honours, lapping the island in just under 5 hours.
We had a pretty tidy race. We made a good start, so we had clear air. In fact, we were the leading monohull at the Needles, which really helps because I know what it's like when you're in the pack. There's boats everywhere, so that helps you save a lot of time. And then, our boat's good downwind, so we were fast reaching to St Cat's, under a lot of pressure, I must say, from Kumbu, the other fast 40. In fact, we swapped places a few times around St Catherine's. And then we got the spinnaker up, and it was just a question of whether we could get all the way down to Bembridge without getting blown off to do. In fact, we had to drop the spinnaker. We broached a few times. It was quite full on down to Bembridge. And then we had about a 300-metre lead at that point. Pretty much coughed it all up at the forts because Kumbu did a great job of going inside us at the fort, and then we were literally bow to bow racing up the Solent, and fortunately we got ahead of them with the code 0 just before the ride bank and held it to the finish.
As anyone who's competed in or followed this race will know, it's often boats at either end of the size scale that will win the coveted Gold Roman Bowl for the best corrected time. Small if it's a light wind race, big boats in the breeze. So for a 42-footer to win is impressive, but to take line honours and the Gold Roman Bowl is very special.
The last time a boat won both line honours and the Gold Roman Bowl was back in 1988. Simon Le Bon's drum, so they're in great company. The winner is sailing Dark and Stormy, Ian Atkins.
It is our London Marathon in our sport. Anybody can take part. You've got the best professionals in the world, all over the fleet, and then you've got people maybe doing their first ever race. So it's wonderful for the sport, and like I say, hats off to the Island Sailing Club for keeping us all safe and for it being so well run.
While there were plenty celebrating their victories, most were simply buzzing after taking part in one of the most famous sailing races in the world.